Hello everybody, I am at the beach in Seaham. I was here last year and celebrated my birthday. I'm going to pan around to show you the beach. And the beach is covered with a sandy, pebbly, rocky area. And there is a lighthouse over there, black and white. And you just climb down the hill over here, and you navigate through a few rocks, and then you're right on the beach. So, the title of my video today is called Preventing Regrets. I want to start off by saying birthdays should always be celebrated because they commemorate another year past, which brings us closer to the end of our earthly sufferings. I had taken notes all during the year on what I would talk about on this 64th. However, I never compiled them, so I took another direction in composing my video. We can gauge our aging by how differently we look since our birth. Nobody over the age of 2 looks like a baby anymore. We are all in a state of constant physical and cognitive decline. What nobody will tell you is that at age 20 or 25 is that your physical or mental shortcomings will be chronic. Pills, antidotes, and a myriad of therapies will be shoved at you, and you will try each and every potion because you don't question the peddlers of treatments and cures. That's a good way to lose hope before age 30. But I'm telling the truth. I found out at every decade of life that there were challenges. 21 was an indicator of wage slavery. 30 brought on unwanted physical changes. 40 was dreaded. 50 seemed ancient. But 60 was debilitating. It's a whole different ball game of decline when you're 60. In fact, those around my age are experiencing the identical issues that I talk about and that we share with one another. Women have the lion's share of painful conditions. That's a fact. And an entire medical profession was created to treat their ills. This year forward is my attempt at having no regrets. I was conditioned by society and family to please others. This is largely a female burden to carry. For example, some 30 years ago, I planted a cluster of perennials out in front of my house. But the upkeep of watering them was laborious. In addition, I didn't get to see them as often as neighbors did. That backfired on me. I regret listening to the voices that directed me to make things nice for others at my own expense. People pleasing betrays self. Other people's opinions do not matter in the least. My mom's opinion was the least valuable. She was a critic. She thought my hair was stringy or plain. She'd comment that older women look bad or look old in long hair. Her internalized misogyny was no match for the truth. Long hair is timeless. It is classic. Looking back, the biggest regrets of mine were rewarding people who weren't deserving or worthy, giving pearls to swine, so to speak. This could apply to a tip I left or felt pressured to leave, treating a friend to dinners which they felt entitled to or simply were ungrateful for, to buying souvenirs for a friend who never reciprocated in the least. Going forward, I have established strong boundaries, and I aim to prevent regrets. Generosity is often punished, and nice, kind, and helpful people are often abused. Unethical people will stop at nothing to take from you. I did have foresight on a few occasions. One is where I declined to take a user type on a trip with me. I'm very grateful that that never transpired. The other was not yielding to my liberalness in giving and sharing airline upgrades and perks for that person to receive a first-class airline ticket. The last hesitation is one I'm very proud of because the intended recipient was a bad apple, a loser, and very undeserving. I'm glad that potential regret was not actualized. It never materialized. It's good to set early boundaries with friends, family, roommates, etc. Living with regrets is a big disappointment with me. I'm older and wiser, yes, but the wisdom gained was never learned early enough and could never be truly utilized. This is a huge disappointment. It's windy and my papers are blowing in the wind. So in retrospect, all of the wisdom that I gained was truly not able to be practiced or, utilized and savored. I don't want to share all of my secrets because I spent decades learning them at a great expense to myself. Living is much too hard to just give away everything without reciprocation. Life should be about sharing, not taking. The idea I'm most dedicated about is sharing my belief in anti-natalism. I want to share the ethics in not procreating because it is the responsible thing to do. Foregoing the act of reproduction prevents all harms and regrets. So, I hope you like my video. This talk was composed while I was on a short layover in London and waiting for the Newcastle flight, and also on the brief Newcastle flight is when I finished this talk. So I hope you guys liked it. I hope it was meaningful. There's some people down there with a dog. I don't know if you can see them. It's about right there. I want to show you my really pretty scarf here. These are images of England. And I'm really, really keen on this blue and white. It's the color of pottery, English pottery or China pottery they call it. This is a Burberry. Got it at the airport. And it's really flowing and it's pretty and feminine, and it's kind of my birthday present. And last but not least, one more thing. child-free and child freedom.